What is up, guys? It is Caden from the Music Podcast, and I'm up with another episode. Still getting over a little bit of a cold, but we are back in Minnesota. We just finished our Minnesota thing, or our thing in Florida with our Florida family. I'm all yours now. So we are going to be talking about basically, we're going to go more in-depth with the software and the hardware, except this time we're going more what type of microphones you should use, what ones work best with which programs, how to set up your stuff. So, like, if you've got a guitar, acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and stuff like that, what you want to use to do that. So, having said that, let's jump into it and get this thing moving. Software correlates with the hardware. You need the software to use the hardware. You cannot have hardware and not use the software. Unless you're talking about acoustic guitars. Acoustic guitars and drums are kind of one of the only things that you don't need software to run. Because with everything else, you're going to need some sort of software, drivers, software programs in your computer to run them. So I'm going to talk about what you should use if you're going for software. So this time I'm going to talk about more about like doing more I can't remember anything that I'm saying. Guys, pray for me. I suck at this. So what you should use. So I'm going to focus on FL. FL is what I'm going to focus on for today's episode. Microphone-wise, I like what's this one? The AKG P220. My friend got it with his Scarlett Solo because he still has that. I have a better interface. Just saying I have a better interface. But he got his with the Scarlett Solo, and he loves this microphone. As you can see, you can buy the bundle for $250. It comes with the Solo and the whatever it's called. I don't know. It's with the cable. Now there's also, you can just buy the mic separately. I have the all black edition. And then there's this $135 for the normal one. It's actually on sale right now, so I would buy it. But I already have one, so I don't need to buy it. So the AKG P22 is a good microphone when you're running FL and just in general. For all softwares, it's kind of a good middle ground between Ableton and FL, and you can do a lot of stuff with it. Now, if we wanted to go a little bit more high-end, I would go with here, let me look. I'm not super known with Shure. Shure is a good brand. I love their stuff. I'm not super good with their names. This one, it's the Shure SM7B. I love this microphone. This microphone, I've seen so many people use it. I've used it myself. I don't own one personally just because they're pricey. But if you're going for something like, heck yeah, I want to do it, go with this one. I'm probably going to be upgrading from this mic to that one soon, but right now I use the P2200. But I do own one of these mics, the SM58s. The SM58s for live shows are amazing. They're awesome microphones. They're good when it comes to live just because they've got a good vocal range and you can get a lot of sound out of them, get a lot of sound pumping. Having said that, now I would go with one of these sets. I would not go with just the microphone just because you're going to get a better deal with also the SM57 is a good microphone too if you're going for more recording acoustic guitar or electric, or if you're hooking up an amplifier for your electric guitar. which I do really, really recommend, is you would take your electric guitar and you'd hook it up to your normal amp and then run a microphone to the amplifier, and it will record what the amp's hearing, so you can put all the amplifier effects on it and still have it going into your audio interface and then into your software, and from your software you can record it, live stream it, all that jazz. So yeah, and then I've got, let's see here, the MZ7 is kind of like the dumbed down version of the 78 or the 8. I do have the Shure Super 55 Deluxe. I got that for free from my church. It was kind of like a Christmas present. And then this one's the dumbed down version of the MV7. It's the MV7X, and it's a really... This one is the one I'd go for. 100% go with this one. Sorry, I'm pointing at my second monitor. But this one right here is the one you're probably going to want to go with, is this guy right here. It's on sale for $30 off. Now, it's a good dynamic microphone. Works with all interfaces. It's got a custom mount for it, so you can hook it up to anything. You can hook it up to a boom mic. You can hook it up to your normal microphone stand, stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of my Deluxe. Not a great mic. And I'll talk more about live shows and stuff and what you should use for that later. But for now, I would go with like something that, like I said in the last 2 videos, you should go with a package and get a microphone with it. Just because if you don't continue on with music and you're like, this isn't for me, I want to do something different, you can still do something different with that. You don't have to feel like, oh, I spent this amount of money on it, and you're only going to get back 40 or 50% of what you got it for. Having said that, you should probably go with, like the Solo. They've got tons of packs. So like they've got one with their own microphone that I actually do own. Here, let me get out of here. Oh gosh. I think this is the mic here. No. This is my... Oh wait, no, this is my SM48. I have a lot of microphones, just saying. I can't find it, so... they're really... I got that microphone, except I got the older version of it. For free, actually. I got this whole set for free a long time ago, and that's what I started with. I started with that, and I loved doing music. It was the best feeling in the world. Sorry, my hair. And I was like, I really want to do this. So my parents and I were like, yeah, we'll help you out. So then I upgraded to my M Audio, which after I started having more instruments, more guitars, stuff like that, I was responsible enough to buy myself a nice audio interface. Start low, like a Solo, work your way up to a really nice M Audio Air, something like that. If you want, you could even switch to a mixing board. And honestly, the Rode PodMic, I have an uncle who owns the PodMic. He let me use it once. Those things are amazing. They're so expensive. Actually, was that only $225? Sorry. Because he paid $200 bucks for the PodMic. You can get it for $225 here. Now let's talk about hardware. You can see on the screen there's a bunch of audio interfaces with M Audio Air 192.4, DAT6, Solo, 2i2. You know, Focusrite and M-Audio are the ones I would go with if you're starting out. Who is out there? So, start out with those. They're all USB. I believe the 2i2 is a USB-C. So, you can plug it directly into your computer using a USB-C to USB-A plug, which is what's standard on most cell phones. Unless you have an iPhone. I use a Google Pixel with a broken screen on it. At the moment, I use that, and I'm actually going to be in the next day or two upgrading to an iPhone 12 mini. But I've got the Scarlett Solo, stuff like that. And so what I would do is I would use those, hook it up using a pod mic, a P2200, or a Shure MK7X, just because that one's cheap. You don't have to feel too bad if you don't use it. Give it to a brother or cousin or something that wants to do music or try it. And if they don't like it, let them pass it to someone. Like, that's what happened for me. That's what got me into music, was my cousin. He came to me and he goes, hey, do you want this for Christmas? And he had that studio pack. So he's like, hey, do you want it? Because I asked him, I'm interested in music. Do you want to do a song together? And he's like, yeah, do you want my old equipment? Because he started going to studios for stuff. And through that, I started music. And now I'm a music producer. And I make my own music. And I've got a really nice setup. Having said that, now, software. Or hardware, I mean. Sorry. Now, when it comes to hardware, you need good cables. Cables are key. If you don't have good cables, they're gonna break, they're gonna snap, they're gonna fry, stuff like that. Ones that come in the studio pack are good. Don't buy cheap $2 ones on eBay or Wish, thinking, oh, I just need something that'll get me by. No, stop. No. You need something that will run and work for you. Having said that, I'm going to try and get my friend on the call, Jaden, and I'm going to have him talk more about software, what works best for him in FL, because I don't have very much experience in FL. I have a lot of experience in Ableton, but FL, I don't know. And if you guys are wondering, FL stands for Fruity Loops, not FL. FL is not its real name. It's just Fruity Loops that we nicknamed FL. Having said that, I'm going to try and get my friend on the call. I will talk to you guys in just a minute when I get him on the call. Hey guys, what's up? I unfortunately could not get my friend on the call with me. He was busy for the whole day, so I could not get him to come on. But for like the next 2 weeks, I could not get him to come on. But this, I am actually filming on the camera that I will be filming with a lot. And so that'll be fun. And you guys get the little sneak peek at the camera view and how it's going to look, except I'm going to have it propped up on that tripod back there. I'm trying to get my hand in there. That tripod there. And instead of my webcam on my laptop. So it'll be fun. I couldn't get him on. Love you guys. Thank you for supporting my channel and the podcast. If you guys could, please share and like and subscribe, like, and share to a friend. Sharing is so important to us because we don't have many people watching right now. So if you guys could share and leave a comment. I don't think you can leave comments. I don't know why that is. YouTube disabled my comments. I'll try and fix that. But for now, love you guys. Thank you for tuning in for today's podcast. Love y'all.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never